Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Tysis, and this is the NNN show where we talk about opinions and things like that. And obviously, we're talking about the Nintendo Switch presentation. And I finally watched it, and I've had a small amount of time to digest some of it. However, I came away disappointed. I think some of the games were very good, and others were lukewarm. The two main problems is the Nintendo Switch costs too much money. It is $299 in America and is $470 in Australia, which is $30 more than the Wii U, packed with two games currently with Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Bros. And no one's buying that console. So I'm not too sure if anyone's going to get the Nintendo Switch at this price. The Nintendo Switch Pro controller is also $120. So it's a huge amount of money. And the games are $100, which is the same as PS4 and that, which is even higher. I am really disappointed in the prices. I think the pricing is terrible. And Nintendo's trying to almost charge you for both a handheld and home console. I think it's too expensive. The launch lineup. Let's have a look at how weak the launch lineup is. There's a few games from Nintendo. It's 1-2 Switch and ARMS. Then you've got Breath of the Wild at launch and Rayman Legends, the definitive edition. But we already had that game on the Wii U, and it's for like $15 now. Are people going to spend $100 on a new Rayman Legends game? It better be no more than $30, or because no one's going to spend more than $30 on Rayman Legends now. Why does Nintendo do this? They keep doing these fuck ups. I think the presentation looked it was not well rehearsed. I think some of the jokes they did fell flat. I think the live presentation thing was not good. I think they should have done a Nintendo Direct instead. The launch. Now, we know that Mario Kart 8 will come in April, and that will probably help shift copies of the Switch. But that price point, especially here in Australia, is going to be very hard to swallow for some. It's going to be very tough. And the cost of the games and the accessories are going to be quite high too. $120 for a frigging Pro controller. So that means if you want to get a Pro controller, one game, and the Nintendo Switch in Australia, you'll have to pay $700. And that is a lot of money. And the rest of the games don't look that great too for the launch. And my question is, what has Nintendo been fucking doing for the last 2 years? What games are they working on? Yes, we know about Xenoblade 2 and Super Mario Odyssey and things like that. But seriously, what is going on? We thought there would have been a better launch than this. We were expecting Mario at launch. We were hoping to get Splatoon at launch. And all we've got is two Wii Sports type games that doesn't even use the Switch that much at all. And just, look, they look interesting enough, but they're not launch titles to carry your new console. They're not. I don't understand why they do this, and I think the problem is the management's wrong. I think Kimishito's really fucked this one up. And maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm getting upset about things. But the console looks good. The games look fine, but it's the pricing and the launch window that looks really pathetic. And it's just going to be a really uphill battle to try to get this sold. You know, the PS4 is cheaper than the Xbox One in Australia. So I don't understand. It is very, very annoying. I don't know. And some of the leakers and journalists got some of their predictions wrong, which was interesting. We were expecting Beyond Good and Evil 2 and the Mario and Rabbids game. That didn't come out. Weren't shown off yet. But then you have, you see Skyrim, being shown off, which was great. but no release date. There was a lot of games that they showed off that had no release dates, and games coming out in 6 and 12 months time. It just seemed like the Switch has been launched early for some reason. Like, I mean, it definitely shows that launching it November last year would have been not good. There would have been virtually no games for the thing. You know, it would have had to be probably Rayman Legends, a $15 game from the Wii U, to do that. Very, very disappointing, I felt. And I've been giving Nintendo chance after chance. And I'll give the Switch a chance, like I did with the Wii U and the PS Vita. But the launch lineup is fairly weak. And that Switch, I would not be surprised if there's a price cut, like the 3DS or something like that, when it first came out. Because this is the same mistake they're doing, the same problem again. I expect probably a $50 or $100 price cut within the first year if things don't do well. And it's very, very disappointing. They better have Smash Brothers and Pokemon coming this year too, as well as Monster Hunter, because they need freaking every game possible coming out this year to give it a fighting chance. Because if they don't, and this price is still the same, and you're paying $100 games of ports, and the eShop doesn't live up to expectations of the online features, then Nintendo's in a serious amount of trouble, and I don't know what they're going to do after the Switch if this thing bombs. So I know I sound like a negative Nancy and all that sort of thing, but they don't learn from the lessons, and this is just not good. I'm not very happy. So we'll bring it to a close and see how it goes, and hopefully the Switch does have a successful launch. But at this point, if you're part of a family, this thing's probably going to cost you too much. So that's it from me, and I shall see you later on.